This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Skip Money.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Good Neighbor Podcast. So I am very excited today to have a very special guest in the studio with us for the first time. And I'm sure you'll be just as excited as I am to learn all about them and what they do, because today I have the pleasure of introducing your good neighbor, Mr. Zach Sattler, which is the marketing and sales director with Clean Eatz.
Thank you.
Zach,
Appreciate having me on.
Welcome to the show. Glad to have you. Hope you're doing well today.
Very appreciate it. Very excited to be here.
All right, cool. Well, like I said, I'm really excited, and I'm sure our listeners and viewers are as well, to learn all about you and what you do. So if you don't mind, why don't you kick us off by telling us about Clean Eatz?
Yeah, absolutely. So Clean Eatz we're a franchise. The company originally started in Wilmington, North Carolina. It's still family owned to this day. I think we're approaching around 100 franchises as a company. But our group here, so we are family owned. My parents own a group of 5 franchises. We have 3 here in the greater Knoxville area, Maryville, Tennessee, Farragut, and Bearden. And then we also have Chattanooga, Tennessee, and Asheville, North Carolina. So those are our 5 stores. Like I said, my family kind of owns and operates these 5. I do sales and marketing. My best friend for the past 10, 12 years, he is our operations director. My little sister is our leading general manager of our busiest store. So you can say we're fully family operation around here, but it makes it really fun with what we do. And we're just blessed for sure.
Definitely a family affair, it sounds like.
Absolutely.
For sure. Well, and now interesting. Let's talk about your journey. How did you get started in this business?
Yeah, it's kind of a crazy story. So I'm born and raised in Ohio originally. That's where my family's from. And I was going to college, doing the whole thing, working, and I just always wanted to get out of there. I was like, the winters aren't for me. I want to go to the beach or do something. So I kind of set my sights on Wilmington, North Carolina for the college at UNCW down there, transferring, but also just the way of life in the small beach town, but kind of just checked all the boxes for me. So I was going to school, had an opportunity to get promoted. I was working for GNC at the time. So I decided to drop out of college. I was like, I'm just going to save as much money as I can for 6 months and then just go after this. So kind of fast forwarding, that transpires. I moved to Wilmington. I started working a couple odds and ends jobs down there. And after about a year and a half, probably being there, I was working for a company called Cellucor, doing sports nutrition supplementation demos all across the coastal area and military bases. And I got invited to come out to a Clean Eatz grand opening event in Fayetteville, North Carolina. So I go and to the event, great time, great people, kind of see the first time I've seen a cafe, not even knowing this whole time, the gym I was going to in Wilmington had the very first original Clean Eatz was literally across the street. So I come back, I met the owners that day, and I kind of told them, yeah, we're in Wilmington, come on and see us. So I literally go to the gym that next Monday or Tuesday, go across the street, grab lunch after, and we still a menu item to this day. It's called the Arnold Rat. It's a big burrito wrap, delicious. That was the first thing I got. So I sat down there, and it was just really cool at the time. And this is a 1,200 square foot cafe. So they're just getting started. So it kind of just kept in touch. They invited me to all the future openings of their franchises. And then I started working for them because I was at this other job full time. And then on the weekends, it's like that, I'd pick up shifts. And meanwhile, my family's still back in Ohio. My dad was operating a Carrabba's Italian grill and top 3 in the company. And so he was fully, but my family always talked about wanting to do their own thing someday. And then kind of had their own personal story developing. And it just kind of felt so I kind of pitched this to my dad. I'm like, hey, they're franchising these businesses, this new place I'm working. I'd love you guys come down and see it and check it out. I was seeing a lot of success really quick from these franchises. So they're opening up, and almost over 6 months to a year, you see people buying new homes and opening another store. So it's you can see very evidently they have something that's a golden ticket here. So I pitched it, and my dad's like, okay, dude, whatever you say. He's like, I've been in the restaurant industry for 25 years. He's like, my mom was interested, at least. She was into marathons and stuff. So me and her kind of health and fitness nuts of the house. So she came down, kind of showed her the idea, what the business was and stuff, and took it back. Fast forward probably about 6-8 months. We had a family incident happened, and I had to fly back home to Ohio, and I was working for Clean at the time. And I called the owners and then let them know. I said, hey, I'm not going to be around for the next couple of days. I have to be back in Ohio with family. They're like, that's crazy. We're actually in Ohio doing an opening for a brand new store. I was like, no way, where? And they're like, Canton, Ohio, which I'm from North Canton, Ohio. So my grandfather had a heart attack, and so I was at the hospital, and they're opening a Clean Eatz 5 minutes down the road from the hospital, of all places. So they sent food over for my entire family, and the like flowers and stuff. And at that time, we were sitting in the hospital for a couple of days. So my parents were like, well, let's go over and meet them and like thank them for the food and just the gesture and everything. So they go over, kind of meet them for the first time. They end up sitting down talking for like 30, 45 minutes. And they committed right there on the spot to buying 3 franchises in Knoxville, Tennessee. So it's crazy turn of events. But for the reason for Knoxville, we used to come down here boating. We've always been a big boating family. So we would come down here during the summers and stuff and rent like a cabin and boat. So they always said if they wanted to like do their own thing to retire, this is where they wanted to be. So they figured they're going to go all in on this. This is where they wanted to do it. So that's kind of our long story short, how we got started on Clean Eatz.
What? Now, did you move to Knoxville?
Yeah. So I was living in Wilmington still. That took some serious convincing. So I was like, hey, congratulations. Super happy for you guys, but I'm staying here at the beach. Go do your thing. And my dad was like, hey, man, like I need you as my right-hand man to do this. So after about 3 or 4 months, that was probably one of the hardest like things is like I was kind of in a good spot and I was happy, but I was like, felt like it was like something that we all needed to do together. So we kind of him coming to an agreement. I ended up moving out here about 3 months before we opened our first store in 2017.
Gotcha. I know my son lives in Wilmington. He moved down there to go to college as well.
Yeah.
And started his own business, got out, dropped out of college, started his own business, and you couldn't blow him out of Wilmington now. He's
absolutely love that place. We're actually flying there next week for a conference. So I'm super excited for him. But yeah, amazing city.
Nice. Well, Zach, what are some myths or misconceptions in the restaurant industry? Especially clean eating.
Yeah, clean eating for sure. I think the biggest thing is that it has to be boring. So everybody assumes that the chicken and rice and broccoli is the only way to be healthy. And our whole model is designed around portion control. So we obviously serve food in its most whole natural state without adding extra fats and oils and sodium and things like that. That's our model, but it's portion control at its finest. So you can still eat good tasting food and enjoy your food without having to sacrifice all that just in the name of being healthy and in good shape. So that's the biggest narrative that we're always combating.
I am sure.
Yeah.
Well, outside of work, what do you like to do for fun?
Big boating family for sure. So we're blessed to have the lakes here in Knoxville. So we get on the lake as much as we can, out on the boat, country music, the whole thing. Other than that, hiking, we get down the Smoky Mountains, not as much as we'd like to, but definitely love to get out hiking and just stay active in fitness.
Very cool. Now, are you a UT fan yet?
I'm slowly converting. The problem is I'm an Ohio State Buckeye at heart, but so I never expect my two worlds to collide because I love the Vols and I love going to game day experiences. So last year in the playoffs when they met, it was a very conflicting. I was about the only one in this entire town that was wearing scarlet. So, but yeah, they're good. I love going to Tennessee games. They're so much fun. And the fans are awesome.
It's a lot of fun. Ohio games are pretty cool too.
Yeah. They're two incredible fan bases, so I'm for sure lucky.
Absolutely. Well, my son married a girl from Ohio, and yeah, so we have that same issue.
That's awesome. A lot of the same walks.
Yep. So let's change gears for a second. Can you think of a hardship or a life challenge that you've overcome and came out stronger on the other side? Anything come to mind?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of speak for my family on this one. I think just doing these businesses. So just traditional middle-class family. I mean, me and my sister were definitely like blessed growing up, but my dad and parents always worked very hard. And my dad would work 80 to 100 hours weeks in the restaurant industry for most of my entire childhood. And so when they decided to do this, they had built a house, we had a boat, we had 2 cars, like it was just, life was good. It was comfortable. So going all in on that required massive sacrifice. So they sold the house, they sold the boat, they sold their cars, stripped it down to 1 car. And then me, my sister, and my parents and our 2 giant labs all moved into a 3-bedroom apartment for the first year we did this because it was all chips in on the table to build this first store. So we've been super blessed and super lucky with, how this community's accepted us. But that whole time is something I think none of us will forget of what it was like, working those crazy hours and just going all in on something that was a dream, but you didn't know exactly how it was going to work out.
And here you are 5 stores later.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, Zach, if you could think of one thing that you'd like our listeners to remember about you and about Clean Eatz, what would that be?
I think our humble beginnings is a big part of it, because it still emanates in our stores today. We have cafes, which being a meal plan company is not common. So most people think it's either a delivery or pickup process. We have full cafes. You can sit down and have a hot meal in there. We have snacks, we have smoothies, but we take a lot of pride in our customer service and how we treat people and engage with community. So I highly encourage anybody, if you have, whether it's one of ours or another Clean Eatz, like go in and check it out, because the customer experience you're going to have and the environment that is inside those stores is unmatched.
Awesome. Very good thing to remember. And for those of us who'd like to, come check you out in any one of your stores, Asheville, Knoxville, Maryville, how can we learn more?
All of our stores have their own social media pages. So we're on Facebook and Instagram. It'll be Clean Eatz Knoxville for the Farragut one, Clean Eatz Bearden, Clean Eatz Maryville, and so on. We also have our website, cleaneatz.com. You can learn more about our stores. Message us on either Facebook or Instagram. We're constantly active on there. Happy to answer any questions anybody may have, or best yet, just come in and see us. Just come in, introduce yourself, tell us where you heard about us from, and we'd love to meet you.
Awesome. Very good. Well, Zach, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you taking time out of your obviously busy schedule and spending some time telling us all about you and Clean Eatz and your family story. And we wish you and your family and all your stores all the best moving forward.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely. And maybe we can have you back sometime.
Sounds good to me.
All right, man. Have a great rest of the day.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnptry-cities.com. That's gnptry-cities.com or call 423-719-5873.